All right, I know this is kind of a cheesy intro to a fresh video, but I did have something to get out and I didn't want to forget. So, happy Wednesday. Yeah, happy Wednesday. Check my last video. I think I put in the end of my last video what today's date was. All right, happy 21st of February 2024. Just running through some quick exercises, legs and shoulders today, which means we're over 3 hours in and we just finished our main exercise. So it takes me a good 2 hours to warm up. I did bands, right? Bands warm up for one song. I did vest and bands warm up for a couple songs. I did shoulder mobility with the 10-pound pipe. We did sled pulls. I did kettlebell swings. We did hip, I guess you could say hip tucks and hip thrusts. So lying on your back, feet on the Bosu ball and rolling it in to get those hamstrings and glutes activated with bands around the knees. And that was a warm-up. That was like 2 hours. Maybe a couple more in there. I usually do a couple sets of each round. Oh, and then I did med ball, bounce off the trampoline, which was actually kind of new for me. Not that I've never done it before, but I did it in a way that was a little bit faster paced. So I was doing a gait movement, right? So staggered stance, throwing it back to the bouncer, back to the trampoline with one side, and then as you throw, I forgot how I did it actually. It was like a first time for me. So when I throw, my feet are planted, but when it's in the bouncing movement, I am doing a gait, a lunge hop, right, to switch sides. So I'll lunge, but I'll like jump, like a jumping lunge. And that was really, really cool. Altogether, that was a couple hours. We moved on into the actual weight room and we did snatches. Yes, we are up to 90s, full snatch. So we did a full snatch on the 90s and we're up to 95 clean and jerk. We'll hopefully get that 95 next week and taper on right up onto 100 pretty soon. It'll feel great. It'll feel so good. And I know I'm not doing like 150 pounds with both hands. I just don't know if I really am interested. So my left sciatica, my left sciatic nerve going down through my hip is definitely flaring. I'm just not sure how to undo. Like, I'm just not at the doctor level to where I can get rid of that one-sided pain before I actually do heavy lifts. I'm just not there yet, and I wish I was. Hopefully that's what we're going to be going into as far as education and learning. So I did the clean and jerk / snatch, and then in between just to keep on going, because power and strength is nervous system depleting, but it's not like muscular depleting. So I would then go to banded flies. You see them right there. Yeah, I am terrible at this. Banded flies and seated calf raises for my non-existent soleuses. Soleuses are below the gastrocnemiuses, right? So your major calf muscles. Right, so gastroc out inside and then outside. Soleus, this non-existent muscle here, and then the one on the outside. This is obviously my weak point because of my injury, so I had to hop on there. And now we're doing landmine, If you've never seen the movement, check it out. It's still shoulders and legs, but it's a gait movement. It's still one-handed, and I love the movement. It's really, really awesome. Matter of fact, yeah, I might show you guys. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can see the entire thing. Start here, staggered position. You guys can't even see my feet, man. That's kind of the most important part. Staggered position. And looping around the barbell. Start here. Up. Lat. Twist. To here. Technically, that's half a rep, because then you want to do both sides. So that's a wrap. Already my shoulders are ripped. With that, I was doing, probably do more flies and more calves, but then I'll move on to push-ups with a pull down bar. There you are, a pull down bar. So my push-ups will be like this, you know, like a regular push-up position. And the bar rotates like this when it's applied pressure from gravity from top. So basically this gets worked out a lot, which is really, really good. So yeah, just wanted to touch base and give you guys a lowdown. We will give you guys more in a bit. Lift expressively. Talk about one last note, considering I missed it. Hang on. Considering I missed it in the beginning portion of the video, food intake. Just wanted to point out that my fasting, I don't know how I feel about fasting while under the influence of exercise and dieting. So it hit me when I was doing reps. I don't know if I want to fast from physical things actual bodily mind versus body is what I'm going after. I want to make sure that my mind is clear before my body. So my body is pretty well adept. So I don't necessarily think I require fasting. Now, fasting is good to be done in faith because it is difficult. But right now, seeing as that I have other poor habits that I need to get rid of, I'm going to start fasting with just those. And then in time, once we have that week off, or roughly that week off, I think I'm going to then take food out of the equation. I like just eating at night. It's really easy. Something like Lent is really easy to do, but I'm still drinking protein shakes, so I don't really know how to justify a fast, right? So feeling it as I go, as normal, but yeah, just wanted to touch base on that. All right, continuing on. I'm gonna have to be extra careful with this one. But please note that this is my vlog for all of those that just watch for... I'm going to act as if I'm talking to human beings right now. So humor me for a moment. I'm going to set this up so as to not offend. Not that I care. Not offend. I don't want to... I'm going to. All right, I'm going to say something that is obviously it's like vulnerable to me, but it's also it's like a stirrup of, how do you say it? It's not accurate. It's not like true. It's not like, I'm gonna butcher it, and it's gonna sound rude and mean, but nobody should take it personally, is what I want to say. This is just how I feel. Feelings are bullshit. It's not necessarily right. It's just I gotta figure this out on my own. This is my way of doing it. This is my way of vocalizing it, because I just can't tell it to people straight up. It's just too difficult. I don't want to say it's too difficult. It's just like, I don't think it's even meant for other people. I think I need to figure this stuff out on my own. So anyway, mentioned it before. I'll say it again. The gym is my sanctuary, right? I treat the gym as a commonplace for everyone. It's an open door policy. Like, if I were to have a gym, anyone's open to come, right? To me, it's like a sanctuary. It's like a church. Everyone's welcome. Everyone has an issue. Everyone's looking to get stronger, grow bigger, get better, get healthier. Whether you're... Wow, I just ate a frack ton of food. Whether you're old, young, tall, short, big, small, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Everybody has an issue that they're trying to get over when they're in the gym. And as for those that don't have an issue, you are not invited to my gym. Yeah, unless you come in and say, I have a problem and I need to fix this area. How can the gym help me do this? Yeah, like if you don't humble yourself before you go into the gym, I'm probably not your character. I want to help those that need help, that desire help, that want to do better, want to better themselves, want to become better. That should be everybody that goes in the gym. So anyway, I've also said it before. I'm going to be a little, it's not sexist. It's not racist. Maybe it's religionist. I'm going to be religionist. But I don't like Christians. And I'm going to lump everybody into that category just because. I don't think I don't know anybody. I got to think real hard on this. And when I say these terms, I kind of want to be specific in what I mean, but I know I won't be. So I'll do a well-rounded thing. So you have cliques. I don't even use that word because I'm going to use it later. You have, I have specific relationships with specific people in specific areas, right? So I have work relationships, I have family relationships, I have gym connections, I have church connections, I have, let's say, I don't want to say small groups because that's kind of specific. That's kind of where I want to go into. But there are obviously general groups that that I can connect to based off of a specific parameter, like an area that I would meet someone at, or get to know them on a specific level, on a certain note, right? You have school friends, stuff like that, in a specific subject. I don't have any quote unquote specific Christian friends. I have to define what I mean by friend as well, because it's not like I don't know Christians. It's not like I don't it's not like I don't hang out at church or know people that are Christians, but when I mean friend, I mean the deeper, I mean a much deeper soul connection, at the point where I don't connect with you just at the gym or at the church or at work or something. I'm connecting with you outside of said place to grow said relationship. Now I know that kind of what do you call it? Hypocrite, double-edged sword, back. Right? It doesn't make sense. Like a real friend is someone that spends time outside of that which you've created the connection at the beginning, or relatively, so I don't have any Christian friends that I hang out with outside of church. I don't have any guys, you already know me by now. I don't have any friends at all. I got one that's someone I've known for a decade, If it wasn't for his family being here, I don't know where our friendship would be or anything. I don't have any. Just don't have any. I haven't connected with anyone outside of anything, and it's not. After the gym, it's all good. I'm all whatever. God's got my back, and I'm good. But I want to address something when it comes to cliques and groups and people that preach, say certain things, believe certain things, and then don't act for shit. Just, it is what it is. And I'm just going to speak straight to them all, just straight to the Christians. I mentioned this to a youth pastor recently, that I am just kind of upset with a lot of just churches in general. I hate to say Christian because then it says people. I'm upset with Christians. I really am. All around the board. I don't want to single people out, even though I don't want to single anybody out, but I'm upset. I'm just upset with Christians because, and this is not just now. This is not just nowadays. For 35 years, I've been going to church. All right, I've been going to God for truth, understanding, blah blah blah, wisdom. I've been going, I'm not absent. I have not been. I'm very much under the influence of God and Jesus, right? And the way I see it is that Jesus specifically went out to the synagogue. He went out to preach He went out to heal the freaking hurt people, right? Now, I got to be careful because in the gym, I want to train those that are oftentimes already in shape. Whether it be ego, I think, I don't want to train old people. I don't want to train new people because it's so boring or so easy. Or I want my intelligence to be used for, the athletes, people that are really fine-tuned, that are in shape but need fine-tuning, right? Hearsay, not even worth God's time as far as utilizing my skill set for what it is. Jesus healed the sick. Anybody who's sick, the dying, the crippled, the broken. So I got to remember and remind myself that if I'm going to put myself in an environment where I want to help people get stronger, then I need to help the weak, not just the strong get stronger. So I'll start by that and say I am just as much in the same boat as anybody else. As Christians are to non-Christians, I need to be to, non-lifters, right? I need to help out all those that are falling away from health, right? Similarly, Christians need to remind themselves, need to get into the act of saving those, helping those that need help. Absolutely need a fucking friend, need a savior, not just a savior, they need support. Some people need like that Christian spirit that is like in the church. You just go to church because it's good. It's like positive energy, right? Very few times do you go to church in a church and it's like unhappy, right? So I just get disappointed with Christians because I've been hurting for a decade. I have been in frickin' pain, and it wasn't until recently, last year, that I put myself back out into the world and openly said, guess what, world? I am fucked. I am royally messed up. I have issues, and I need help. Really do. It's difficult for me to ask for help. It's difficult for me to ask for support. This is my idea of asking for support. This is ridiculous. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm doing okay, right? In comparison, others are definitely, it is way more important to help out others before me. But in essence, I actually do. It should be obvious that I have, an issue. If it's not, whatever. But I know what it looks like on the outside. I'm not oblivious to what anxiety looks like from the outside perspective. It doesn't look. It's not like you can hide. It's, you can't hide it. But essentially, I'm not receiving anything. You know, I have gotten the prayers. Don't get me wrong. It's not about prayer for me though. All right, prayer is what you do at the end of the conversation. It shouldn't be the conversation. I'm just not impressed. Just not impressed. I know I should probably speak more on this, but I'm home. I just want better from Christians, man. Like, don't we want everybody in heaven? Don't you want to see every fucking person in heaven? I don't give a shit if Hitler's in heaven, bro. I don't care. I don't care if every single rapist, murderer, fucking child molester, trafficker, I don't care. And if that makes you hate me, guess what? I don't care. I love every single human being for who they are because that's what God is. That's what God said. That's what God does. Jesus loves everybody. No condemnation from a human to a human. It's ridiculous, man. I know I've judged. I know I am turned away from certain actions. Not necessarily turned away, but more or less not drawn to. And when I do feel that I'm not drawn to someone, I need to make sure and I need to notice, and I sometimes do, that yeah, that's probably the person that I need to go talk to. I'm just very unimpressed with Christians these days, and it's probably not just these days. I think this has been going on for decades, and in my mind, probably millennia. Like, once Jesus was gone, we probably just fudged ourselves over and stopped believing in, I don't know, I'm not a history, anything, religious, anything, buff of any sort, but it's obvious that with how broken men are, the masculine ideology of humanity, the masculinity, the strength, the power, the control, maybe not necessarily control, the groundedness, the support, the stoic mindset of just not caring or not being emotionally attached to who someone is and just being available for somebody. I can't use the word hate. I'm very pissed off with Christians, man. I am so upset with them. It's just like I hate seeing Christians form their little fucking groups, and they're in their own little groups and their own little zones, and they only talk to each other because they only see themselves at church, and then they'll go out into the world, or they'll only be together with themselves, and they won't invite another person out. Man, I know I'm about to get emotional, but I really just, dude, I should be more grounded because I'm out of the gym, but it's like, I left the gym and I saw it. I saw it, and it just pisses me off. It really does. I'm like, fuck, man. Fuck Christians. I am so unimpressed with every Christian that I've known. I'm unimpressed with me. I am not ruled out of this at all. I am not an example, you know? I am a hypocrite. I don't always preach what I say. You know, I need to be a better example. But I know I'm doing way better than what I was. Like, there's a difference between hiding in my closet for a fucking decade and then finally coming out and throwing myself out into the crowd. I'm not going to the gym with my headphones, folks. All right? That's not the point anymore, right? maybe back in the day, it was all about getting big and jacked and lifting. Not even close. Not even close. I despise those that go to the gym and are upset with people that are outgoing or talkative or personable, right? Just want to chat at the gym. You don't want to fucking chat. Get your ass back to your house, man. I excuse the foul language, I really do, and I don't mean to. But I don't really care about the actual words. I care about the message that the emotion is portraying. So I understand when negative energy is deemed not beneficial to either the individual expressing it or the individuals receiving it. But there is a place for quote unquote negative energy. What I would consider hard, tough love in a way, right? And if that involves a cuss word, it's like, so be it. Get over it. Like, go hug your pillow if you can't receive the hard truth, right? It is what it is. And I don't want to say this is the truth either. This is just my outlook. I know I'm difficult to work with. I'm difficult to chat with. I don't know how. I mean, yeah, I guess I do. I'm just want some real freaking friends, man. Christians help because it leads back. It always leads to God, and that's essentially the end result. I was going to use words like support and grateful and positive, but I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I don't really like. I'm making better relationships with non-Christians, right? Like there are, and it's obvious to me because I openly express it very well. Not only are a lot of the people at the gym, not only do a lot of the people from the gym that I go to the church that I know to go to for temporarily. Where's it going with that? Yeah, like a lot of the people that go to my gym go to the church I go to, but I don't. I'll chat, but I will not receive. I will not be received very well. That's where it is. I have been chatting up a storm for a while with good people, good-hearted Christians, and I'm realizing that it is just not well received. Plain and simple. At least I feel that way. It's just like my character is not well received. Who it is well received by are just like other people. You know, people that I haven't really gotten to that God point yet. Like, you know, whatever. Like I'm having way better connections with people that just aren't even, we just don't even talk about God. It's just other stuff, you know, exercise and shit. Maybe there's something we learn there, you know, maybe I am supposed to be some sort of, you know, symbol for God, you know, some sort of, leader in a way. I don't see how good I could do leading spiritually, but, you know, maybe so. But it's like all the Christians will look at me knowing that I have problems, and they'll try and, you know, disciple, so to speak. And just not. That's about it. That's all I got. I'm a little bit emotional about it. It's not an easy topic. But yeah, it has to come out. And I had to say that one. I know I've said it before, but I'm so freaking pissed. Because I just need, I want a fucking group. I want a group. I want to fucking have dinner with a group of freaking 5 to 12 guys, you know, and just shoot the shit. Just talk after the gym, campfire, barbecue. How in the frick is this not happening already between like all Christians? I'm so disappointed in the churches, man. They're just ridiculous. All right, I'm out of here. I'm sorry I'm sorry for the negativity, and so that's it. I need friends though. Oh man, we're getting there though. We're very grateful. We're very thankful to God. I'm doing good with it so far. Like just me and him. You know, I do have to work on maybe Bible reading and prayer. Obviously, I've never really been great at it, but it's always something to practice. Yeah. All right. I'm good. Live expressively.